Pause. Hello, good afternoon, everyone, and I should be saying good evening. Today, I'm coming to you live with Jennifer's perspective, and today's topic will be the side hustle. Whatever you find to do it with all your might. That's Ecclesiastes 9 and 10. And it's been a long day, so here we go. I think a side hustle, everyone should have a side hustle. Even if you love your job, having more than one source of income will give you more freedom and more options. It's not that hard to start one. You can do so in less than a month by following my suggestions. To be successful at hustling, the side hustle, you first need to understand how to generate profitable ideas, and then choose which one of these ideas. Choose which one of the ideas which will be best at a particular point in time. You'll learn both ideas and skills, and with the side hustle, hustlers are all about action. It's all about action. You need to launch your idea, usually before you feel totally ready, then regroup, refine. After using the initial results, you'll learn how to do this. Let's see, but a side hustle isn't just about putting extra cash in your pocket. In today's environment, where the idea of a business having a sense of loyalty to its workers has all but disappeared, the side hustle is the new job security. It affords you the ability to decide when you receive multiple paychecks from different sources. You are no longer dependent on the whims of a single employer. More income means more options. More options means more freedom. And as I said it before, I'll say it again. I am here to liberate you and to give you freedom. Okay? So, the part of the liberation and part of your freedom and independence, and you're moving into the realm of abundance and eventually financial freedom. I think that is most people's well, I hope that would be most people's goal, but I that's my goal, is to be financially independent and be able to do what I need to do when I need to do it, give where I need to give, save where I need to save, help who I need to help, but it all takes money. And I'm here to show you that anyone can build a fast track to freedom by increasing their income using the skills they already have. No matter what it is you do on your day job or whatever you want to do, uh, whether you identify with being an entrepreneur or not, everybody needs a side hustle. And if you follow the plan that I'm going to give you today, you'll have one in less than a month. You will be able to come up with a new idea, learn how to implement that idea, put it into action, and make some money. I think that is the gist of it. And I was sitting down and I was meditating today, and in my meditation time I was thinking of my meditation topic was the man or the woman with the many talents. And as I read that scripture, I realized that, okay, the man with the many talents, he's given that say God. Okay, God's given us all these talents and gifts and abilities. And what do we do with the talents, gifts, and abilities? So the man gave each of them one thousand, one 2,000, one 5,000, and the other one, I guess, $4,000. And it's very interesting to see that the one with the 5,000 actually took the $5,000, invested it, made more money with it, doubled it, and turned it into 10,000. And the one with 2,000 made a profit, took it into the bank, deposited, gained interest on it, invested it into CDs and money market funds. And the one with the 4,000 took it, bought some real estate, invested it into some property, and from there made interest on the money. Now, the one that had the $1,000, he goes, "Oh, master, or sir, I know that you're a very kind person and that you work hard for your money, and the money that you gave me, I didn't want to lose it, so I took it and buried it." And buried it, he literally didn't do anything with it at all. So what, he gained no interest, no profit. And so so then the owner goes, "Oh, you good for nothing lazy servant, like, what did you do? You could have took the money. If you didn't want to do anything with it, you could have took the money, put it into the bank, and let it gain some interest." Now, that being said, is that how should Christians think about work, success, and wealth and abundance? First, this parable teaches us that success is a product of our work. Here's the word, WORK, work. And the parable of the talents teaches us that God always gives us everything that we need to do, whatever it is that we need to do. Now, that parable also teaches us that we are not all created equal. We're not. We're all precious and we're all special and we are all worthy, but we're not all created equal. Some of us are born into different income classes, different social classes, different social status. Basically, as you can see, you look around the world, you look at your neighborhood, you look at TV, you look across American society, you have the 1%, the middle class, those that are living below the poverty line, and we are not all created equal. And the parable of the talent teaches us that we work and we have to be good stewards of whatever it is that God has given us. So, whatever it is that you can find to do, whatever you put your hands to, that's what his word says. Do it with all your might. And he also promises that whatever you put your hands to, or I put my hands to, he will bless it. But in order for him to bless it, to bless the work of my hands, I have to do something. So the parable of the talents also shows us that we all will be accountable, and many of us want riches and wealth, and we want to be successful, and we want to have a lot of money. But are we going to be responsible with these finances? What are we going to do when God starts to bless us financially? Are we going to waste it? Are we going to let it dwindle away? Are we going to, what are we going to do? But on the other hand, he has given us every single thing that we need to not only live, not only to exist, but to thrive, to blossom and do it in such a way that the abundance and the overflow that we will be given will allow us to help other people, other nations. You can put somebody through college. You can, help nonprofits. If that's a nonprofit, you can help nonprofits raise funds. There's so many things and so many worthy causes that you can do. You can become a philanthropist like Oprah Winfrey and Bill Gates, and that's what most Warren Buffett, that's what most successful people do. And I think when it comes to the money tree, and I know you've heard the saying that money doesn't grow on trees. That's the saying that we as parents tell our children when when they ask us for money. We say, "What do you think? What, money grows on trees?" But well, that was back in my day. I think what I remember when my nephew was around 3 or 4 years old, and me and my sister was together, and we we wanted to do something, either get some food or to get something, and both of us looked in our bags and we were like, oh my God. She's like, you got cash? I'm like, no, I ain't got no cash. You got cash? So my nephew my nephew says, don't worry about it, Auntie Nana. All mommy's got to do is go to the box right there, the machine, and get money from the machine, because the millennium generation, and we also have to learn to teach them, the millenniums as well, how to handle money and finances, because that with his childlike mindset, he thinks the money comes from a machine, the ATM machine. So when we as parents, we're half right in a way, but money does grow on trees. You just have to plant the right seed into the right soil. And that is very important. Where you put your money, where you invest your money is extremely important, because you want to make sure that when you take your money and invest it into anything, that you're going to be profitable, that you will make interest. And when you do that, that is considered a good investment. Now, what I think, along simply just putting the money into action, what we need is putting the good ideas. Many of us, when I say many of us, myself included, and I've seen this for years, many of us have come up with a lot of great ideas, and I've listened to a lot of great ideas, and I've seen people that have like extremely good talents, and I'm saying to myself, you can turn that hobby into a profitable talent. And over the years, people say, oh my God, that was my idea. And then you see the infomercial on TV, they're selling you something. Oh, just plug it into the wall, and it has like different adapters and outlets. I've sit there, and I know that most people have sat and think, oh my God, I wish I had something either for the phone, for the toothpaste, for the computer, for your car. There are so many great ideas that a lot of people come up with, and many people, a lot of people don't act on it, or they don't want to learn the process or the step that it takes to take an idea from here and implement it and put it onto paper and then put it into action. And along the way, and during this video recording, we'll learn how to uncover and unlock a reputable replicable, that you can replicate and duplicate, a replicable process where you can tailor to your own hustle. And I hope to inspire you and to just just to take action. If you sit down and you think of something, like don't let the idea pass. Don't do nothing with it. You understand? Just take action. And there's money out there, and there's money out there waiting, like seriously waiting for us, for me, for you to just get out there and to find it. Now, these suggestions that I'm going to suggest to you are cases that are all required. You don't need much time. You don't need a business degree or any kind of specialized education. You don't need employees or assistants or business partners. And you don't need to experience you don't need to have experience in starting a business. And basically what that means is, if you've never started a business, you don't need any experience to start a business or to do a side hustle. And I always thought that most people, when you look, like, especially you have the little boutiques when you walk downtown, and you see the little boutiques and the little bodegas, depending on where you live, and the little nail salons, and the little restaurants with ethnic food, and all the tattoo parlors. All of these are ideas that somebody came up with and basically implemented. They have dog walking services. They have, my God, you can get a side hustle on DoorDash, or what do they call it? Become an Uber driver or Lyft. I see that advertisement all the time. So if you've never started a side hustle before, and your goal is, or if you've done one, like did a side hustle many years ago, whatever. This is 2019. Things have changed, and just as the overall situation in life changes over time, so does the side hustle, so does things, money, people, places, situations, the way we do things. My mom used to walk to the river to get a bucket of water, and now we just go to the sink and turn it on. So over time, things change, and we have to learn to adapt to the changing times, but we also must learn how to help our young people think in a way of not just, I don't want to do anything, I don't know what I want to do. Help them to think, help them to be forward thinking that there is a future, there is something that they can do, whatever it is, they have the talent to do it. And as you select your goal, it may help to see how a few other side hustlers made their decision based on the goals that they had set. So I said all of that to say that you have to be in the right frame of mind. Specifically, you need a willingness to learn and experiment. Also, you need, even if you are a longtime serial, side hustler, and you have a part-time job and two part-time job. I remember, what was it, in Living Color, they used to say, "Oh, where you from, man? Oh, man, I from Jamaica, man. How many job you have?" "I have 5 job." But these are things that, it's getting expensive just to live off of one income. But God wants us to be prosperous people. So we're going to get our hustle on, and make the best of our 24 hours and see if we can create something. To get the most out of these lessons, you need to be able and willing to be open-minded. You got to be open-minded to be thinking a different way. You have to think a different way in order to learn. You have to remove those limiting beliefs of I can only do things this way or this way. And you need to be able to just do it. So now, is on. Okay, now when we start to do this, you have to have the willingness to act. You must be willing to follow the instructions and attempt the exercises. Modifying them is fine. They have to work for you. So, but you want to be successful. You want to be successful at whatever it is that you put your hands to. The list of the prerequisites is pretty basic because many people think that the ability to earn extra money out of, earn extra money out of their day, to earn extra money outside of their day job is out of their reach. How much time can you work a full-time job? Because I remember I did it at one time. I was working full-time Monday through Friday at Quest. Then I was working part-time in retail in the evenings, like 3 nights a week. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, I worked at an urgent care center. So, I had 3 friggin' damn jobs just to be able to live and maintain a certain lifestyle and to pay my bills and I guess to have money when I want to have money and spend it when I want to have, spend it and do what I need to do. And in today's society, nobody lives for free. You have to have a job. You have to have an income. And a lot of us are in debt or we have student loans. The cost of living expenses is never, everything else is increasing but the salary. And as far as Social Security is, they only do the raises and the cost of living, how do you say it? The cost of living expenses, believe it or not, is factored on the Social Security. And they only raise Social Security, every given increase, every 10, every 20 years or something like that. So you don't need much money to do what it is you have to do to start your side hustle. Put away your credit cards, at least the ones with the high interest limits, and don't worry about, you don't need to raise a lot of capital or to ask someone for a loan or anything like that. The process that I'm going to show you today, it doesn't require you to spend a lot of money. It doesn't. And you don't really need a lot of time. You just need to be consistent and have a willingness to do what you got to do to get your hustle on. Okay. Now, in week 1, you're going to build an arsenal of ideas. A side hustle has many benefits, but it all starts with the right idea. So the first week of hustling, we'll teach you how to generate and hustle with ideas that actually work. Okay. Day 1, when you're coming up with ideas, you're going to be thinking. Can I do this? Can I do that? How can I make an additional income? Can I try this? Can I try that? Will it factor into my time schedule? Is it feasible? Is it a talent that I have? Is it something that I can do? Then babysitting, walking dogs, you become a nanny. There's so many things that we can do part-time and additionally to increase our finances. We can also learn to invest into CDs, money marketing. A lot of us have 401k plans. Basically, you can also look at your 401k plan, see what the company is doing with the money that you give them to invest, and learn to be observant. Observe everything. So if you have a 401k plan and then investing into mutual funds and certain stocks and everything, go into your 401k plan and see where they are actually putting those finances. And then you can learn to invest those. You can invest $100, you can invest $50, $150 into that company and own that stock individually outside of the company. I saw a young man, I think they did a news, I saw it on the news where a mom has a son, and oh my God, he loved Nike sneakers, loved them. But before she bought him a pair of Nike sneakers, she taught him how to invest his allowance. So he would get his, or whatever money that he made, and she taught him how to do research on the company, and he did research on the company. And at the time, he wasn't even, 13? And he was investing. He started at the age of 9, and I think he's worth almost $750,000 just from investing his salary, his birthday money, his congratulations money, you understand, and his not his salary, his allowances, and his little odd jobs money, where he cuts the lawn, do extra chores, whatever. And his mom taught him how to invest his money into the market. So predict the path for the future, and the path from that idea is where the income begins. You understand? And with your answer to an important question, what will be different about your life? Okay? What will be different by making certain changes and educating oneself, learning and being observant? Day 2, learn how money grows on trees. Some hustle ideas are better than others. Learn the 3 qualities that a great idea, how to find side hustles with the most potential, and that will also give you the most return. Okay, now with that, you also have to do brainstorming. Get into your think tank, get you a pen and a piece of paper, and get on the internet and do your research and brainstorm. Jot down your ideas, and the ones that also has the most potential to be profitable, but also has whether you have to, and I wrote this down, God forgive me, but when you start to brainstorm, you're going to borrow an idea, steal ideas, using what you've learned about high potential ideas. Brainstorm, borrow, or steal at least 3 possibilities for your hustle. And when you do that, weigh these obstacles and opportunities of each ideas. And now that you have several ideas in place, now that you have taken down and jotted down several ideas, you've come up with several ideas, Now that you have that, let's examine each idea closely. So you're going to find out the pros and the cons of each idea that you've actually come up with to make a potential additional income. Now, on day 5, the forecast, you're going to profit on, you can write it down on a piece of paper or jot it down in a notebook and say, if I do this, what will be my potential profit of making money from this idea? Is it sustainable? Is it something that I can do for the long term or for the short term? And estimate the profit of your side hustle. And you don't need a finance degree, a degree in financing, and you don't need a scientific calculator. You just need a pen, a piece of paper. You can jot it down on the back of a napkin, and the power of observation. Because sometimes some people, when you ask them for help, some people are willing to help you sometimes, and sometimes people aren't. You're going to select the best idea. And once you have multiple ideas, you need to be able to identify the best ones. Learn how to instantly rank and compare these ideas so that you will have confidence to proceed with the highest possible odds of success. Okay, now day 2. Day 2 is you're going to use these ideas to compare with other ideas. And once you start thinking about the side hustles and the ideas will, it's like a floodgate and a door has opened, and ideas will just start pouring out, and you're going to come up with so many workable, feasible, profitable ideas to make additional income. And these tools, what I'm going to show you today, will show you how to apply them to the Tinder, for hustling, logic to pick the best one at any given time. Become a detective. You've got to become a detective. You are now the Sherlock Holmes of your own success and well-being. And I say well-being is because if you're not thinking in that you need extra money and extra income to sustain not only a certain lifestyle, but just to live in general, that is, you're thinking of your well-being. And as you move forward with an idea, you're going to study what other people are doing. Then you're going to find a way to do it better or to do it differently. And on day 8, you're going to have like imaginary coffee with your ideal customer or client. And there's going to be that one person out there who meets your profile as the perfect or ideal customer or client. And what will you learn from them? What are you bringing to them? What value are you bringing to your customer? And you're going to to your customer or client, and then you're going to transform your idea into an offer. Once you have a great idea and a specific idea of who it's for, you need to transform that idea into an offer. An offer includes the promise, the pitch, and the price. Exactly. We got to get down to the nuts and bolts, because you're going to do your side hustle or go into business to make money. Then you're going to create the origin of your story. Everybody wants to know the backstory of how did you come up with this idea? Where did you get this idea? How did you open this business? What was the inspiration, or what was it that led you to do whatever it is? If you are a glass worker, I spoke to a young lady today at my job, and I found like she's extremely talented, and she makes calendars. Like she just makes calendars and using her phone. And basically we had the conversation like, okay, have you ever thought about, and she does it as a hobby, and she does it for people, for her family and friends. And the work that she does is excellent. And I thought about it, and I said to her, I said, do you ever think of like selling those calendars on the internet? And she looked at me like, no, but I do need extra money. I'm like, okay, then. Now, we as people, we have to start thinking, let me own my own stuff, whatever it is. Let me own my own business, my own my own idea, my own house, my own car. And this way, we are not only saving interest, we're saving time. But I think Tyler Perry showed us the greatest example ever. Thank you, Tyler, is to own your own stuff, whatever it is. If it's your own business, you want to own the majority percentage of it. If you're going into business with or without a partner, or you go in with a conglomerate or a group of people, but you want to start owning your own stuff. And I look at Oprah and I look at a lot of business people that own their own things. And thank you. The next idea I think would be to, when you come up with your story, you're going to be the superhero. Okay, you're going to come in and you're going to be the comic book superhero, and your side hustle needs history. And don't just give them the facts of it. You understand? God, it's hot, this light. Wow. Anyway, don't just give them the facts. Tell them an interesting story, because people want to hear your story. I say it all the time. Some people get, oh, I don't want to tell people about myself. Why not? Like, you're fascinating, you're interesting, you're awesome, you're fantastic. So just tell the people about your story, and then prepare to lift off. And you've settled on your idea, you've settled on how to transform it into an offer, and you've come up with a way to market to your ideal customer, and you know who your ideal customer or client is. Learn how to help that person understand why they can't live without whatever it is that you are offering them. Okay, don't get bogged down with the important details. Okay, now assemble the nuts and bolts, and the resourcefulness is your best and most valuable hustle skill. Get all the logistics out of the way so that you can focus on more important things. Decide how to practice your offer. Your pricing can be a challenge, even for experienced hustlers. Use the cost plus model, and you can just do a Google it on the internet, and you can use that cost plus model to do a pricing range. If you are not sure how to come up with the prices for whatever it is that you're marketing, you're going to need Google. Love Google. If you don't know how to price something, and you say you've created a product or an idea, and you don't know how much that product or idea sells for on the market, just do a Google search, and it's called the cost plus model, and follow those two guidelines, and you'll get a really good, a really higher rate of odds to find out how to price something, or to price an idea, or to price an item. God, it's been a long day. Next, you'll create a side hustle shopping list, okay? Your side hustle shopping list will require specific tools and resources and deliverables. Learn to find information and items, gather or create everything that you'll need to bring your offer into the world and present it to the world. Then you're going to set up a way to get paid. You've got to have you've got a lot more than just an idea now. Now you're well on your way to real life side hustle. Before proceeding, or making sure that you've got a real life way to get paid. Now, you're going to come up with all these great ideas, but you've got to come up with a way to receive the income and to get paid. So you can connect with PayPal, you can do Google Pay, Samsung Pay. There's many ideas out there. Once you've come up with your idea, you have to come up with a way to receive money in the digital age. And they have plenty of ideas out there that you can use to help to get paid. Now, design your first workflow. And I think that's really, really, really important. And you're almost at launch week. So by listing out the next steps in a nice orderly fashion, you'll prevent mishaps and you'll feel more confident. You'll feel more confident in doing whatever it is that you set out to do. And then you're going to spend 10% more of your time on the most important task, on the most important parts. Don't get bogged down with don't get caught up in like mundane details, because sometimes I know that I do it sometimes when I get an idea and I get caught up in some details that isn't probably necessary, or the mundane stuff. And avoid that from the beginning, and keep your focus on just two things. You understand? Two things. Don't get caught up in 3, 4, 5, or 6 different things. You find 2 things that is working and 2 things that's working really, really well. You're going to start with that. And after careful planning, you'll set like an offer. You'll take your offer into the world, and because the time is now, and into the time is now, you're going to learn everything that you need to know. Okay, you're going to learn everything that it is that you need to learn. You're going to learn how to market. You're going to learn how to testing, and you're going to learn how to show up on the battlefield in a tank. Like, bam, here I am, world. I am here. Okay. And then you're going to publish your offer. When the best times to get your offer out there in the world and see what happened is usually before you feel totally confident, because some of us, we're not confident in when we're trying new things. But I think that's the best time to present it, is when you're totally not so confident. And then you're going to learn to sell. You are going to learn to sell like a daggone Girl Scout, like a friggin' Girl Scout when they're selling those Girl Scout cookies. Even with the great product and service, a great offer, and a great pitch, you need magic, because money doesn't usually fall from the sky. You understand? You're going to learn to channel your inner Girl Scout and make those sales. Get out there and make those sales and get your hustle on. Okay? And then you're going to learn to ask for help. Ask for help find 10 people, because no one person is an island. You understand? We need people to help us in whatever endeavor it is that we are trying to do. Whether you're opening a business, going to school, whether you're going to become a tutor, whatever it is that you decide to do, or you're making homemade products or organic products, and you're going to need help. Okay, so ask your friends, ask for your supporters, and as you begin your hustle, don't hesitate to ask your friends and family, and maybe even the mail person or the mail carrier, what do you think of this product? How do you think this is? Is this marketable? Do you like it? Do you test it? Whatever. And get people to join your cause, Test, 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 and test again. And when you're beginning in the beginning part of the hustle, you don't usually know which approach will be the most effective. So find out, try different things, try different ideas, and keep a record of the results. Record what's working, what's not working. Is this a good idea? Is this idea good? Is it approachable? Is it working? Is it not working? And is you have to learn how to track everything, your progress, and be very observant. And then burn out the furniture store, I say. There's a very good reason why I say that, because most of us will get out of our way and buy something that's on sale. You understand? So we will go to any lengths for a good sale. You know it and I know it, especially on if you're a shoe person or a handbag person. Oh my God, a good sale is a good sale. So you're going to master the benefits of these deals and discounts and special offers. And then you're going to take them and put them all together and have them work for you. Okay, so the next bonus step would be